All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for HunterxHunter, the second
Yes.
episode. We're moving right along, and we've got a nice little trio of characters.
We do.
Headed to do the Hunter's exam.
I hope the captain doesn't just fade into nothingness, though.
He probably will.
He probably will. But he was cool while he was around.
Yeah. Speaking of which, he's one of the few characters that we didn't get an actual name for. We just called him Captain.
That's right.
Where they had, like, Katsuo, who was the bullied sailor and stuff.
Right. And,
But yeah, just to refresh us on names, we've got Gon, the main character. We've got
Right.
Mito, his caretaker / potential mother, maybe. I don't know.
Sort of.
We've got Kurapika
And Leorio.
Leorio.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all headed to become hunters. So,
Yes.
They've passed the first test, and I'm guessing there's going to be quite a few more
Yeah.
on the horizon.
Now, here's a question.
Question?
Did Ruby get the huntsmen and huntresses from this, do you think?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I can
think
see
so.
that.
Yeah, it would make sense. All right, let's get into this episode.
わしもなかなか楽しませてもらったぞ。そうだ。そのお礼と言っちゃなんだが、一つアドバイスをくれてやろう。
Ooh.
Yes.
あの山のてっぺんに大きな杉の木が見えるだろう。まずはあそこを目指すがいい。試験会場への近道だ。人っ子一人見当たらねえぜ。
The exam has already started.
結構いるよ。
何？
What?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
なんだこいつら。
Yeah.
Alrighty.
ドキドキ。ドキドキ。ドキドキドキにタククイズ。
Two choice quiz, huh?
こんな
Sure.
付き合ってられるか。俺は別な道を探すぜ。もう遅い。ここでクイズに答える。お前は失格だ。
I haven't had people to talk to for the last, like, 3 months.
答えが違うし、正解なんて言葉でくれるもんじゃねえだろうがよ。
Maybe answering is just the right answer.
Sure, being able to decide quickly.
Yeah.
待ちな。
Yep. She figured it out.
猫目の坊やは気づいたようだね。
Cat-eyed boy. Oh, so it is a
こ
boy.
れ以上のおしゃべりは許さないよ。余計な発言をしたら即失格だ。
気づけレオリオ。これは簡単なトリックだ。
それでは問題。お前の息子と娘が誘拐されて、どちらか一人しか取り戻せない。1、息子。2、娘。お前はどちらを取り戻す？なめやがって。
The fact that she's changing the question, though, is telling them that the question isn't important.
Right.
いい気になって秒読みしやがれ。3、2、1。終了。
Buzz. Time's up.
止めるな、クラピカ。俺はこいつに説教してやんねえと気が収まらね
落ち着けレオリオ。
え。これが落ち着いていられるか。
せっかくの合格を棒に振る気か。
合格？
我々は正解したんだよ。沈黙。それが正しい答えなんだ。
沈黙なんだって。
意味軸もさっき君が言った通りだ。
正解なんて言葉でくれるもんじゃねえだろうがよ。
そう。このクイズに正解などない。しかし答えは1と2でしか言えないルールだ。つまり答えられない。沈黙しかないんだ。
しかしさっきの野郎は
正解とは言っていない。通れと言っただけだ。
Oh.
こっちの道は正しい道ではない。そうだろ。
Wow. Well done.
Okay.
正しい道はこっちだよ。一本道だ。2時間も歩けば頂上に着く。なんだ
そういうことだったのか。
What if people walk at different speeds?
Yeah.
の山小屋に住む夫婦はナビゲーターをやっている。彼らのメガネにかなえば会場まで案内してくれるだろう。
ばあさん、悪かった。手荒な真似をして。
なに、構わんよ。お前みたいなやつに会いたくて
Yeah.
やってる仕事さ。
Seeing how different people react.
Mm-hmm.
頑張っていいハンターになりな。
ダメだ。どうしても答え出ないや。
お前まだ答えを考えてるんだよ。もういいんだぜ。
なんで？クイズはもう終わったんだ。それは分かってるよ。でもさ、もし本当に
Just waited a few more seconds.
Exactly.
留守かな。
Maybe it had something to do with them getting frustrated about it for it to show up.
Potentially. Oh.
魔獣変幻魔獣キリコ。人に化けることもできる。高い知能を持った獣だ。
And now they have a choice.
Yeah.
Who do they want to save?
Right.
妻を助けてくれ。
レオリオ、怪我人を頼む。
任せろ。
As we know, yeah.
Right.
早い。
Oh. Just hitting him with the fishing pole.
無茶するやつめ。
このガキ覚えてろよ。
So it just runs. Okay.
大丈夫か？どこかひどく痛むところはあるか？大丈夫。それより夫はどうなったの？心配ない。我々の仲間が見ている。お願い、夫のところへ連れて行って。この入れ墨。
Yeah, I was wondering about
Mhm.
that.
She's one of the creatures.
Yeah.
クラピカ。無事か。
レオリオ。
よかった。無事だったの
Yeah,
か。
that's not him.
男の容体はどうだ？
Mm-hmm.
うん、心配なさそうだ。見た目ほど傷は深くなかった。
Yeah,
今
there are multiple
鎮痛剤を飲んで
wounds.
家でぐっすり寝てるよ。
そうか。
Yep. Nice.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
なぜわかった？なぜ俺が偽物だとわかったのだ。
It was pretty obvious, but yeah, it was pretty cool.
別に偽物だと思ったわけでは。
I knew that you were.
私は怪我人を頼むと言い、レオリオは任せろと言った。再び魔獣が襲ってこないとも限らないのに、その怪我人を置き去りにしてのこのこやってくるように殴る。
Yep.
それだけだ。さて、一つ答えてくれ。お前は一体何者だ？
Oh, crap.
Dang. Okay.
Fishing pole.
ガキのくせに素早いやつ。この俺様に一撃を食らわせたな。教えてやるよ。その代償が恐ろしく高くついたってことをな。
Why is he looking everywhere like...
君誰？俺がさっき殴ったのは君じゃないよね。さっきのやつの
Oh.
友達なの？
なんで俺がさっきのやつと別だと分かった？
だって顔が全然違うじゃん。声だって君の方が少し高く細いかもしれないし。何？俺なんかおかしいこと言った？
おい父ちゃん出てきな。面白いもんが見られるよ。
Oh.
なん ちら夫婦を見
They're a
分け
part
た
of the
人間は
test.
嬉しいね。
声と顔の違いわかるか？
あのね、俺とクラピカに殴られた方が旦那さんなんだって。
だからそれはどっちだ？
改めて自己紹介しよう。我々はナビゲーター。家族でハンター試験のサポートをしている。
娘です。
息子です。
Oh, that's cool.
すっかり騙されちまったぜ。ハンター試験の会場
I was
は
gonna say she looked a little young to be a wife.
この場所を
Right.
自力で探すのは非常に困難だ。そこで我々ナビゲーターが受験者たちをそこまで案内しているのだ。
Alright.
そうだったんだ。でも受験者全員を案内するわけじゃないよ。
ハンター試験を受けるにふさわしい人間かどうか我々が試して選別しているんだ。
クラピカ殿、
はい。
あなたはわずかなヒントを見逃さず、見事私たち2人が夫婦でないことを見破りました。
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
このヒントとなる入れ墨は、この地方に住む女性が生涯独身を通す証として彫るもの。クラピカ
Wow,
の
cool.
愛さが証明されたわけです。よって合格とします。やったね、クラピカ。
I still think Kurapika is a girl.
Yeah.
あなたは結局最後まで私の正体に気づかなかった。しかし傷の処置は医者以上に早くて的確。そして何より妻の身を案じるふりをしていた私に対し、ずっと力強い励ましの言葉をかけ続けてくれた。ハンター試験を受験するに値する。
Nice. The guy that's obsessed with money is passes based on kindness.
Kindness, yeah.
やったね。
そして最後にゴン殿。
Gondo.
お前のそのとてつもなく人間離れした運動能力、観察力、ハンター試験を受けるに十分値する。合格だ。
That's awesome. Alright. Good episode.
It was.
We got through to basically what I think will be the actual Hunter exam
Right.
coming up in the next episode.
Yeah, if they wanted to really slow it down, they might have an in-between episode of them getting there and stuff, and then end it with the exam starting.
Right.
But I don't think so. Yeah.
Probably not. So they did the whole little shape-shifting kind of
Yeah, that
plot
was cool.
point there. They had a lot of the things of things aren't exactly always as they seem.
Right, which ties in nicely with the whole innocence
Aspect of
theme.
Gone.
Yeah.
Kind of learning to trust people, which is
Yep.
something they said in the very beginning. It's like he's going to have to learn not to trust everyone out there.
Yep.
But I think one of the things about Gone that we're realizing is that he's so observant. He's so observant that he trusts people because he can see potentially the part of them that is good, or that they
Sure.
have no real desire to hurt
Yeah,
him.
not much
But-
get past him, so it's easy to trust people because he can read them.
Yeah, exactly. But for some people, the ability to read a lot of people makes them distrust everyone because they only see the negatives.
Right.
So in this instance, Gon is someone really special because he's able to look even past that, go further.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to find someone's flaws.
You know what?
You
He
know,
almost seems like...
observation.
Okay, now this I don't want to, blaspheme or anything here, but he almost seems like a kid version of Iroh.
Oh, sure.
He's able to see the good in people, and in people like dude that's after the money. Sorio?
Leorio.
Yeah, so he was able to see that in him, that he could be a friend and be a good guy, even though there had been nothing really
Even
to
though he's
show
motivated
that.
by greed, essentially.
Yeah, up front, exactly.
Yeah. I think that's more to be said, that Gon also potentially hasn't really run into anyone of true malicious intent
Sure.
that he spent that much time with. So say maybe the kid who was like, I'm going to lay traps and stuff all for them, he ended up going the wrong way, so they never really had to interact with them.
Yeah.
And you can tell that there's a happy-go-lucky nature to the show in the music. Mm-hmm. Anytime they're fighting, it's always da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And that's good because we're still children, essentially, in this story.
Right.
We're
following Gon.
We're
who's
novices.
very
We're following
much-
Gon, who's
Yeah.
in that youthful kind of excitement of
Right.
everything is wondrous and
he's chasing
imaginative.
after his dream and all that stuff, and
all he has to do is keep moving forward, and everything's going to be great.
he hasn't like hit real hardship yet. And
Exactly. So I think once we get to like the actual hunter exam, it would be good to see some decent sized hills or mountains that he has to jump over.
Right.
Just in terms of obstacles, because I would be disappointed if they went through like 6 more episodes of this. Just to be fair.
Sure. Yeah, they need to have some points where there's actual struggle, because even if they're going for a more happy-go-lucky
lighthearted thing,
feel, there still needs to be actual conflict. So, yeah.
Even if it's pseudo conflict like this, just make it so that Gon doesn't instantly solve everything.
Right, because...
And I'm guessing this is them building up to that, in that Gon has, some natural gifting, but he's going to need to get through the shonen grit parts at some point.
Exactly.
And once that part comes up, we're going to really see his character get tested in what he's made of.
Right. That's one of the things that makes My Hero Academia so immediately compelling. They have a main character who is the underdog, who, has to struggle and scrape for every bit of, what he gets. So taking something like that and inserting it into a character like Gon, that could be really cool.
It would be a nice dichotomy of where, on the one hand, he has all the natural gifting probably passed down by his father, but on the other hand, he has to balance that with the struggle, and that, say, amongst all the others in the Hunter exam, he's not, anyone special at all.
Right.
He's just a kid. And
because millions of people have been sifted through.
Yeah, exactly. So odds are people like this white-haired kid we're seeing everywhere are going to be, way better than him.
Yeah.
Initially, he'll go through that shonen protagonist kind of, I will become the greatest, ever, but I have to actually work and
there has to be a journey,
strive to get there.
Right, because we don't value what we get handed to us.
Oh, interesting. We don't value what we get handed to us.
Right.
So in a way, they're not valuing the Hunter exam for all it is, because each one of them is kind of handing the answer over to each other. Could you say that? That maybe once they come to the actual Hunter exam, they'll be like, we've handled all these other things, no problem. This is going to be good. Easy. And then suddenly it's actually really hard. And, Leorio, for instance, is just having a really big problem, actually.
I see that happening. I really see that happening. One of the things that I've always thought would be interesting in a show like this is to have a character that starts out with the group and just doesn't end up making the cut. Because that would suck.
It's hard to write that in.
It's hard to write that in.
Because it's effectively killing off a character.
Right. In the very beginning. But, oh my gosh. And I don't think they're going to do that. But...
No, probably not.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, I am not good with pronouns or what have you, but Kurapika or Kurapika, however you pronounce it, is he or she a boy or girl?
She's totes a girl.
So it's weird,
I can smell
because
the trap from a mile away.
Well, here's the thing. If you watch Voltron, they do something like this, where there's a very androgynous character, and it's handled so well.
It really is.
In this, though, there are people calling Kurapika a boy,
which they do in Voltron as well.
Yeah, but let's not be completely spoilery on that. In this one, though, I assumed she was a girl.
Right.
But now I'm like, wait, is he a boy? I don't know. It's very hard to tell. So don't spoil us with that, because it might be a plot point or something. But if it's not a plot point, then just let us know.
Yeah.
Well,
or wait, no.
I don't know.
No, don't either way, because then if we don't hear anything, then we'll be like, oh my gosh, it is a plot point, and
Right, we could end up thinking it's a plot point when really all this time Kurapika, was a boy.
We get to
the whole
episode
time.
100, and
it's an Armin situation, Jacob. There's all these people what's this girl hanging around Aaron? I'm Armin. It's right, Armin. Something like that.
I could totally see that.
We
end up shipping her with like him with you know another character before we find out that no, Kurapika is actually a guy.
Yeah, it would be funny to have it end up being something that we wouldn't expect.
Right.
But yeah, I just had to ask because I realized I was jumping all over the place with my pronouns. I'm like, Kurapika, I'm not sure about, but it doesn't really matter. But if Kurapika is a guy, where are the female characters then? Like,
that's true.
What the heck?
Right.
I think Kurapika has to be
a girl, just to at least be the token girl in the trio of main characters.
It's sad that we're saying that, but
yeah. But I mean, yeah, you can't have 3 characters that are the main cast and have them all be the same gender. Like
you can,
but
it's less fun that way.
It is less fun. Yeah.
And to be fair, I kind of suspected immediately that Kurapika was a girl just based on...
Oh, I never actually thought that she was a guy until people started calling her a guy. And I was like, wait.
It's like,
you sure about that?
This is probably a thing that everyone goes through when they watch HunterxHunter. You know?
Sure about that? You sure that's a fact,
son? Yeah. Okay. Other than that, I like that they brought in the magical creatures thing.
Yes, that was
fun.
fun.
Weren't stereotypical like one-off villains. It was actually a whole part of the test.
Right. They gave them something unique about them other than just being monsters with claws and stuff. That was cool.
Yeah. I'm kind of wishing that this show... I'm kind of hoping that this show doesn't go the route of heroes fighting off magical creatures kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe at some point in the future, it would be great to see them go and deal with, like, you know, kind of crisis problems where it's some kind of magical creature outbreak or something like that, and they have to go and stop it or something.
Yeah.
But kind of in that episodic format, I'm like, no, please, let's not do that. Let's do linear, overarching stories, even if they're, like, just, you know, 20 episode arcs or something. That's great, and then they reset and do a different one. That's fine.
I do like though that the creatures felt unique, even though we didn't see much about them, and they were kind of like generic magical creatures set up. Like,
you felt like they were a mixed hybrid of like a couple creatures. With some unique abilities thrown in there,
right? Which is exciting for coming
wings.
into a new story with, you know, worlds and all that stuff.
For sure. I wonder how the lore is in the world like this, because something like Avatar has a lot of lore, and I can see this one's lore being more focused around the combat system you were talking about.
Sure.
Or being focused more around the characters and their personal stories.
But I mean,
the world could be kind of interesting.
And it does have way more episodes than Avatar, so they could go into that quite a bit.
Yeah. I think it's not that show yet where lore is important.
Yes.
So it needs to become that show.
Right.
I am excited. I can tell that it was a good thing that I lowered a bit of my expectations for like crazy things to happen right off
because
the
this
bat.
is a slow burn show.
Right.
Yeah.
But overall, I can tell where this is going to be good, but it will be a very adventure, lighthearted show for at least the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
But yeah. All the other characters though in the opening and stuff, those character designs get me hyped. Like
we gotta see those people.
Yeah. I think I'm most excited for Joker character.
Oh yeah.
Over White Hair Kid. White Hair Kid is probably going to be more interesting, but Joker character designs are just awesome.
Well, and it feels like with the white-haired kid, like you can kind of sort of know what you're getting yourself into. But with the Joker type character,
like I feel like it's the opposite, because white-haired character, he's probably the more intelligent antithesis to Gon.
Yes, absolutely.
But with the clown character, you basically get, like, you know what you're getting. Someone a little bit crazy, but a little bit charismatic, and a little bit intelligent, a little bit devious, and maybe a little bit funny.
But I would say the only thing you know is maybe that they're crazy and they're a little bit funny. All the other stuff is sort of open to interpretation, because people have different versions. Like the Joker, you know, every time he's done in a different way.
Yeah, but there were facial expressions that they did in the opening where they had them like in the panels.
Okay,
you know?
yes. He did.
I think
have
that
some
was
sly grins
basically
in it.
showing the aspects of that character's personality.
Okay.
But because also that character is probably an antagonist, they'll have less of focus on them than, say,
Sure,
main character.
that's true. I'd be surprised if that person was one of the heroes.
Wouldn't that be great though? That would be a fun character design for a
that
like,
almost
a
makes
hero.
me think of like Gurren Lagann.
For Gurren Lagann.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
with the Steve Bloom.
Yes.
Oh, that would be would be fantastic.
That could be pretty hilarious.
That would be cool. Okay, I think that's about it for this episode for me. All right, guys, if you want to check out the next episode of Hunter x Hunter, be sure to take a look in the description at our Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
We got the next episode already uploaded there. But yeah, we're doing these every Tuesday from now on. We're having fun with them so far.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.